So we're gonna start painting by doing the skin. So I'm using a orc skin from Speed Paints here, and again we are doing the very gentle paint job of just smushing the paint onto the model, because we're trying to avoid spilling, because then the cleanups are kind of a pain in the bottom. But thanks God that the classic orcs are a fairly simple build. So it makes them much easier to paint. To be honest, there is this discussion about modularity versus better looking models. And I'm gonna be honest, I like the new models, they look nice, but the modularity of the older ones was actually my favorite part of them, because you could make a lot of conversions with a minimal effort. And right now, if you are thinking about any kind of conversion, you know that you're gonna have to put a couple of hours into every single model. So like from something that was fairly modular and fairly easy to convert, Games Workshop make the miniatures looking much better. But on the other hand, they lost that favorite part of mine. Okay, so that's green on this guy. Of course, with speed paint it's best to go batch painting, but I already painted all of them and I only have those two left, so I know exactly what colors to apply. Yeah, it's cheeky, but it is what I did. So first, like I said, orc skin on all of the skins. The spearmans actually did have a little bit of an elbow showing next to the shield, which was surprising to me. And the archers are fairly easy as well. But you only start picking up those details when you start paying attention to them. Alright, so that's the green done. We need to wait for a minute and we're gonna be back with another color. So now the skin is dry, we can go into painting shirts, and this is exactly where the name of the warband gonna come. They're gonna be called, the color of the shirt, so they're gonna be a red shirt. This is a little bit of a nod to a Star Trek, where a lot of red shirts unfortunately passed away, and I'm assuming that that's exactly the same thing that's gonna happen to a lot of members of this warband. Now a lot of them probably gonna pass away in a couple of the first games until they actually gonna start getting better. Oh, of course I'm outside of the screen, so there we go. So I'm using in here a Slaughter Red from Army Painter, because I did switch to, I did bother lately a lot of Army Painter colors, so I'm trying them out. And once you start painting one color, you have to keep to it. So the cloth part of the shirt are painted. This front for me look either as a metal plate or leather plate. For now I'm gonna leave it as a leather, so we're gonna paint it brown in a few minutes. And of course we need to take our another red shirt. That one is actually a red cap more than red shirt, but we need to give them those base colors. Obviously the most based in everything is always the skin. Then the next color would be the majority of the clothing, which in this case is the entire miniature pretty much. And then we can think about the rest of the details. Yeah, and obviously whenever you're painting, try to get away with the biggest brush possible, because it's actually gonna make your job easier. I used to actually paint with 00 brushes, everything, and every single miniature was taking me ages. Now this one is size 2, and you know, it's okay. It could be still a bit bigger, but you know, it's completely fine. Yeah, only like areas around the other colors are a little bit tricky, but again, that's literally just a little bit of a brush control, and in my case it is a little bit, and you are pretty much done. Like, I can squeeze in here a little bit extra. And yeah, that boy is in red as well. We need to give it a couple of minutes to dry, and I'm gonna be back in a sec. To keep the yellow shirts connected to my bad moons, I'm gonna give them yellow trousers, because that's the color of my, of course, bad moons. And that means that this little archer gonna have no gang color on it, but I'm thinking mostly about the boys, because they are the ones, you know, that may end up in a 40k or fantasy game, you know, with my bad moons. So that's correct. And the little archers, I really don't mind. Yeah, it's about the boys. The boys are the big boys. Well, they are medium size, but still. So that's it for yellow. Yeah, next, yeah, let's just make it faster, because this video is taking way too long at this stage. We're gonna go for Satchel Brown. What we're gonna use it for? We're gonna use it for all of the leather elements on the character. So in this case, it's gonna be shoes and the elements on the swords, as well as the armor. Yeah, this one actually have a lot of the brown elements on him. So I'm just gonna use everything the same color. Yeah, it's gonna make it easier on me. And I know that the yellow and brown, you know, are still wet, but that's the risk I'm willing to take to finish this video finally, because it's been 2 days that I'm struggling only with painting, and I want this video to be out tonight. And of course we still have to do bases, so yeah. So I'm using a Satchel Brown from the Army Painter Speed Paints. And like I said, I'm thinking it is a brown leather armor. Yeah, instead of what I could assume could be like a metal plate. Alright. And then we have like wristbands in here, which are gonna be leather as well. And I'm skipping over the little metallic details on them, because that could be pick up later on when I'm gonna be working on this minis in more details. Right now I want to have them finished, because I actually plan to make a solo Mordheim game soon enough. I have my Skaven gang from ages ago, and maybe, you know, it's gonna get me back into doing some more wargaming altogether, because my goodness, I haven't played a game in ages. So solo game, even though it's pathetic a little bit, at least in my eyes, yeah, and it's gonna be something interesting to me. Yeah, just to get my head outside of my own headspace. And of course there is as well the little pouch on his buttocks. So let's try to paint it brown as well. there we go. There is like, I don't really think that there is a belt visible anywhere on him, but we're gonna let him dry for a minute or 2 or 10. Yeah, we'll see. Now for the gobos on the other side. Oh yeah, I still need the brown. I forgot that the Sasha brown is actually going on his bow. So we're gonna go with that. So the bow gonna be as well in that Sasha brown color to match with the rest of the gobos that they already painted, more as a test pieces than anything else. Oh, I finally figured out that angle to actually paint that stuff, which is surprising to me. So there we go, that's our brown for the gobo. And now I need some black. So I'm using the same cup, just cleaning up the paint. And where is my black color? Grim black, army painter. Yeah, I don't really use that all that much on those minis. They are actually mostly used on the archers and all of the goblins, because I want their shoes to be black. Yeah, for some reason, like that was my decision, instead of going with Sasha brown like with the orcs. I went with black on them. And then I want the quivers to be black as well. Oh, that paint is too watery. I screwed up. That's for washing the brush, but not drying it off. Yeah. But it's just gonna give a little bit of extra color to the red rope and shading. So there we go with that. Yeah. And now the follow-up color to that is a High Lord blue, and I use it for only literally one thing on the entire mini, and that's for the arrows. I want to have some sort of an accent for those minis, so I'm using this for an arrows, yeah, for the feathers actually only. There we go. Okay, that was quick, somewhat innocent. Okay, that was a stupid joke. And now I'm using a pale bone, and the pale bone is of course for all of the bony elements on the minis, but in here I'm using this as well on the shafts for the arrows, because I didn't have any better ideas what color to use in there, so I just used the color that I had on hand. And now this, of course, orc. Yeah, this is a bony handle. I don't really think we have any other bony elements. Well, his tooth. Yeah. So that's it. Let's give his entire mug. That's gonna give him a little bit of a different color. And we are actually almost done with those guys. The last thing is a metal. Yeah, so I'm gonna be using this broadsword silver. Oh, I didn't mix it. And that's for our swords, spears, anything that should be metallic really. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clear up that ear, but that's neither here nor there. So just very quick application. This is a true metallic metal, so there is no skill required. Just apply it, allow it to dry. It's gonna look decent as a preliminary color. Yeah, and I really don't need anything fancier than that at this stage. I just want them to be done and dusted. And of course we try to avoid spilling it on the other colors, because because with the entire speed paints, the real skill required is not spill stuff around. So there we go. I don't gonna be painting eyes because I don't have time or patience for that. They're just gonna finish the bases with a little bit of a dry brush, yeah, and clean up the browns that I have on that. But that's pretty much it with it. So let's just get on the spin table after I finish the bases. Oh, here it is, my red shirt warband completed. I still need to do like shading and other stuff to make it look better, but that's what's gonna happen after I start playing, and I'm gonna figure out exactly what they want to do with them. There is exactly 20 of them. It's a nice number. The bases are still not finished, yeah, but yeah, that's it for today. If you like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, and everybody have a lovely day and take care. Bye bye.